This might make the podcast. It might not.
Yeah.
I already talked.
We're
about my
starting,
family.
dude.
My mom sent me a text.
Yep.
I got the first part, like the initial part of the text. All I can see when I open the notification is my mother sends me a text saying, Joe, your father and I were very disturbed or alarmed by something you said on the podcast. So I'm thinking it's probably something about, like,
pussies,
yeah, just something gross.
Dorks.
Because at this point, I cannot believe they're still listening.
That is crazy.
They
listen
made it
this far because they don't know me, and I look like a piece of shit.
You think you look like a scumbag?
Yeah. Dude,
okay,
for sure. Which I'm leaning into it.
You think so?
Yeah, I'll be that villain in the WWE. No, I don't think so. I don't think it's that bad. I think I'm overthinking it.
You might get someone might think you're like pretentious.
Yeah, that for sure. I could see that, which is fine.
Scumbag, no, but
they don't know.
I
mean, what the fuck do they know, right?
Right, but you know what I mean.
Fucking
Some
idiot.
people, if there
Shut
is
up.
a thing that you can, what's that word? Project onto someone.
Yeah,
you're kind of an asshole.
Yeah,
pretentious asshole type.
Yeah.
You know.
No. Say it one more time.
Pretentious asshole.
All right. Felt good.
So my parents.
What'd they say?
They were concerned about us eating an entire bottle of CBD, dude.
Oh my God! I have a follow up for you,
dude? They were very worried that we would try this and we would die. I'm not making fun of my parents. I just think it's interesting that they were dude, like,
this is awesome. This is the exact publicity we needed, dude. For this could be a live TV event if we really.
So now you want to do it? Because my parents are concerned.
Well, it just shows that people are taking interest out there. And here's the thing, man. This is actually a good follow up because this past week I ate a CBD, little chocolate taffy, and I felt a little something for about 3 minutes.
Well, a little something is something.
Yeah, but is it? I mean, if you drink a 2-liter Mountain Dew, you could die. But CBD, it's all, is it a drug? Is it not a drug? We don't even know if we're all debating if it even fucking works. Then
no.
It can't. I guess it'd be like taking a whole bottle of Advil. No, it wouldn't actually. It absolutely would not be like that because Advil's a legitimate, anti-inflammatory.
Yeah. It's effective.
Oh my God! So she was worried about us eating all the CBDs.
She was very concerned. Both my mommy and dad. Yeah, they're very concerned. They were concerned. What they were concerned was,
if you want to step out for safety reasons, I understand.
Right. Just one of those things. I don't want them. If I did die, how pissed would they be? They'd
be pretty.
They'd be ashamed too.
They'd be like, my son died from the very first nationwide overdose of CBD.
Yeah, dude.
You would be an article for about 3 days, dude. How crazy is that?
Yeah.
You'd be the article that everybody's sharing on Facebook, and they're like, this is bullshit.
And everyone that knew me would be like, I knew him. We were friends.
Yeah, they'd all start clinging on.
Yeah, nobody ever wanted to associate with me.
Yeah, I know him, dude. He's. I didn't go to the funeral, but
we were good friends. Yeah, I knew that guy. I knew him.
What would that be like if you overdosed on CBD? What do you? How do you think the article would go? What would the talking points be? They're first confirmed U.S. death tied to CBD. So then, the super right-wing people would kind of probably lean into that and be all anti-CBD. The pharmaceutical companies would probably they'd probably lean into it real hard and be like, you don't even know what this shit is. Basically black tar heroin you're buying off the street.
You know what bums me out about that?
Yeah.
Is it won't be, the story won't be about me.
No, it won't be.
It'll be about bullshit.
You'll have nothing to do. They don't even have to put your name in it, honestly.
They'll be like, a 30-year-old man doing a
some
podcast.
White fucking,
white cuck beta
white
male.
Cuck guy
Getting his
purveyor of the patriarchy died this week. HuffPost wrote this article, so that's how it starts.
While getting his identity stolen by a Russian
hacker
in an attempt to get more attention on YouTube. Is now dead.
After
now let's talk about the issue rather than the man.
This guy, there was a lot going on in this guy's life, dude. He ordered Papa John's all the time. He used to work at one. He's real cheap. And then the CBD is what did it. He's just trying to be a YouTube celebrity.
You know what would be very interesting? What if we did it? I die. Yeah. You live. Now the podcast becomes wildly successful, yes. But it's just you.
Yes, dude. But no, that would be great. You know, I kind of live on, you know. But
people begin to forget about my death, and they're just like, "Oh, Zach Powers." They don't even remember. Like, oh yeah, his partner died.
He made it 13 episodes before he died, and he overdosed on air live. YouTube gets kind of like shut down by the FCC for like a week because they broadcast another person's death. Dude, here's how you know this show isn't legit. Okay.
Oh no.
Because if it were like. I would see if you died, I'd see if I could spin the narrative to be like, to get every article to be like, YouTube star dies.
Yeah.
So I can kind of get people thinking that we're legit. You know what I mean? I'll be like, oh no, he's a YouTube star. Yeah. And then people start thinking that would work.
Yeah, because then they'll be like, oh, then it's already assumed. Your celebrity is assumed.
Yeah. You're like, no, we're telling you, like, this show was good. He was a host. It's like wildly popular.
Yeah.
I
was burning
is it
so
all
bright.
Right? No, but no, it's not. But
it's YouTube. There's sometimes alt-right YouTube star dies.
Alt-right YouTube star overdoses on on infinite CBD.
I would be in heaven like. God damn it!
Her whole life went to shit just because that was the main title. It's like alt-right YouTube sensation died. This Dolph Lundgren looking motherfucker died taking too many topical creams. This is so retarded that we're at this point of like what like is CBD and drugs like? Dude, at this point, you should just legalize every drug, right? Just legalize it all. How annoying is it going to a dispensary now? Imagine if you had to go to like a heroin dispensary. What would that be like? Yo, dude, we just got this sick new stuff in. It's really good. Like, it's not even on the shelves yet. I took some. It's real good, like, body high. I stole my mom's microwave and sold it for crack. But, like, and then I bought more, with that money. So, it's a great body high.
I think what you'd end up running into is less like that guy. And you would run into people... The people running the heroin dispensary would be talking you into microdosing. The way they would be telling you is
just a little heroin.
They would
just
say,
a little bit.
Right, use responsibly.
A thimble.
Be sure that you're using this responsibly. Under the guise that they know that whatever they're going to buy, they're going to go out and use wildly irresponsibly.
Just take a little bit. Just, hey, wink, wink. Yeah. We're low on supply. I don't know if there's any more. This is a good deal.
It's going to be this weird, like, it's this weird thing where it's like, be responsible. It'll alleviate back pain, and there will be a narrative that you can responsibly use heroin.
Yeah, it's going to alleviate your back pain. You're definitely going to feel like the swollenness and like in your tendons go away. You might pull a gun on someone in a Kroger and, rob a, 8-year-old girl for money, but that's how you did too much. You know, just like really microdose it.
When you're robbing an 18-year-old girl, take a step back.
That's when dial it down, drink some water, try not to get shot by the police.
Ignore all red flags before that.
Yeah,
But then you'll know. Too much heroin.
That's how you'll know for sure. Well, that's good to know, though. I guess it's good to see that your parents care about you. We don't know where we're at on the CBD thing. We're gonna have to like really, try this out for real, though. I said I'd do it, so I gotta hold to this. And if I die, you better not make. You gotta not let these articles be ridiculous.
Okay.
Fat former pizza employee dies on toilet overdosing on CBD during a break.
He wasn't on a toilet
of his alt-right podcast.
I can't believe he had to be on a toilet.
Yeah, he was definitely. If he wasn't on a toilet, he was in a porta potty, like or like a public Starbucks bathroom. All I ask is that if I die in the public restroom of a Starbucks, that you make the unlock code my birthday. I don't think that's asking a lot,
That's reasonable.
Yeah.
That's a reasonable death wish.
That's all I want. I'm gonna die in a Starbucks, public restroom.
To change the code.
Just make the code my birthday. At least let it live on. You know what didn't suck is because then it'd be like 10-10. They're like, well, that's a shitty password, 1010. Like, no one will even know. And then they should put a plaque on the door that says, hey, 1010 was this guy's birthday, Zach Powers. And it put the crime scene photo on the door.
No, that's too much to ask. You've overstepped.
Okay, that's a little much. I'm sorry. But, get a good picture of me. Good angle. That's the worst thing about dying is that you don't get the choice over what image they use of you.
Dude, that's interesting. I always, whenever, I don't know, maybe you'll understand this. I don't know, maybe we've talked about this. But I find that dying is kind of embarrassing. Do you know what I mean?
Of course it's embarrassing because no one dies like in a coffin,
Yeah.
Like they're just like, zip me up, Scotty.
Well, there are like noble ways to, even like.
Most people don't die noble deaths, man.
Right.
They really
especially
don't.
Young people.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I feel like they do it more. Like, dude, this is the first day I ever came to California in my life. I get on the Pacific Coast Highway to go up to just like see the coast in Malibu, and it's gridlock traffic because a 17-year-old chick ran over a guy on a motorcycle.
Holy smokes.
And his blood was everywhere.
Oh, yeah, you saw that.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, California's pretty nice, I guess. And there's like mountains in the background and like the ocean, like fit dolphins jumping.
It's that type of stuff will like put a weird tone on dolphins jumping. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, they don't jump the same when someone, just committed manslaughter, just over yonder.
Yeah. Dude, that's a lot. You saw the blood?
Oh, yeah, dude. It had just happened. Like the paramedics weren't even there yet. It was bad, dude. That's not here nor there. I've seen some shit, working at like a news station, but like that's not the point. The point is, that if you die in a motorcycle crash on the Pacific Highway, Pacific Coast Highway,
yeah,
it's a pretty solid way to go. It's like you might as well just be an episode of Sons of Anarchy at that point.
Yeah, no, even then it is kind of cool. But even then, I just find it like. It's like, oh, he died. It's like being late. It's like the one thing the human being is supposed to do, survive.
Yeah.
That's his one job.
But it's not always their fault.
I know, but it's like, it's
most of the time not their fault.
Right. But it's still something where this is for me personally. If someone find out I died, I had this dream one time, and I know it's stupid bullshit to talk about dreams, but I had a dream that I died, and I had to call my mom to leave a voicemail. So I leave a voicemail saying, hey, Mom, I died. And I'm embarrassed. I'm like, yeah, I walked in front of a bus.
It was awful. I was texting. The phone's going to be on.
It was that. It was like, hey, so, when you call someone, you're like, hey, so I'm going to be like really late, You're like, this is I'm letting you down. Like, but I had that. Yeah.
You're going to see it on the news. I didn't think the CBD pills were that strong.
Yeah.
I got a free trial when I used promo code white bitch in the comment section because of the podcast I listened to. I just went a little wild,
I was warned. I have no one to blame but myself. You tried your best, and now I'm dead, and I'm... See you on the other side.
What would my voicemail be to my parents? Like, hey, guys, I hope you guys are having a good time tonight. I hope those steaks are coming out good. I know you're having steak night. I had to call, let you know real quick. I've been doing heroin for 6 years. And tonight, season finale of the Great British Baking Show, it hit me hard. And I popped off a little bit. So you're going to see it on the news. If they try to say my podcast is all right, that's fucking bullshit. Yeah. We've never said that once, ever. Just because you call someone a dork doesn't mean that you're a fucking Nazi. Mm-hmm. So you call people out for being dork. That's not... Mom, stop crying. I know you're probably crying at this point. Dad, you're, hiding your tears. But please just remember, whatever you do, Starbucks bathroom on Santa Monica and Fairfax. Make that code 1010, and else I'll haunt your house. Yeah. Okay, bye.
All right, and then, love you.
I think
see you in 30 years. I don't know.
30. Hope so. Hope it's longer.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't know why I think that, but there is something about that. It's do you ever get embarrassed when you're caught sleeping?
I'm never. How
like
are you
dozing off or something like that?
No.
Okay.
I don't doze off anywhere. Where have you been caught dozing off?
I fall asleep places.
Where?
Like in a movie theater, maybe.
But
like
you're with someone, right?
Yeah. If they catch me sleeping, it's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, it is a little
You know?
embarrassing. Yeah, because you don't want them to think it's because you're like bored.
Yeah.
You're having a bad time. You're just like, no, I'm tired.
Or it's like weakness or something.
Okay. Yeah, let's go into that a little bit more. What are you talking about?
It's just like It's just like you fall asleep. It's kind of like a bitch move.
Okay.
I don't know. I thought you'd relate to this. And
I don't fall asleep ever. I have major insomnia, dude. It's so hot in here. I mean, we're going through a heat wave, dude. If
we look like we're on heroin.
I know, that's the crazy thing. No, I definitely don't look like I'm on heroin. I look like I deal heroin. That's what I look like.
This week in the life of a nobody.
Okay, this happened yesterday.
All right.
Okay, this was something I've been noticing for a while, that like young Latino boys are using the N-word a lot.
Whoa, really?
Oh, buddy.
Dude, I'm not hanging out in cool enough neighborhoods, that's for sure.
Yeah, dude.
Damn, dude, that's kind of harsh.
You catch them on the metro, or maybe if you're going into like a liquor store or something like that.
Yeah.
Like I'll see like young teenagers outside, and like young Latino gentlemen are
letting it fly.
They're like flippantly using the racial slur that is not their own, dude.
I just like that you started off with sentences. You know what I've just noticed about young Latina boys?
Yeah, I know.
Sorry.
I had to get to what I was saying quick before.
Yeah, there could be no extra time in that sentence, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is weird. I guess, like, you know, I don't know. Like, I can't really weigh in with an opinion here,
sorry.
but no, yeah,
before I say that,
I can. I can. I don't know. I feel like it's wrong, but
well, okay. I had to. Every time I would hear it, I'm like, ooh. It just kind of like doesn't sit right. You're like, yikes.
Do you think we've gotten to a point where like kids don't even know it's like a racial? It's just like a thing that's said. Because think about this. It wasn't. I'm really operating out of my wheelhouse now, but I feel like it wasn't used as commonly until like 30 years ago. But I don't really know. I guarantee people said it. I'm talking about not the hard R. I'm talking about the
right.
A,
No. These are soft A's.
The chill. Yeah. I don't know though. I feel like it's a relatively new thing. So maybe this is like the first generation of kids who don't like remember that. Hey, it's more than just a thing people say. It's like a super bad.
There's a lot of history behind it.
Kind of a whole,
right,
series of wars and battles about it. You didn't learn about that yet. You never will. Your public school is shit. But
Well, okay. Here's where this. So I noticed this recently, and I found out my answer last night on the train. So I'm coming home late at night coming home off the expo line. So the train's full. And there's a guy in front of me, African-American dude, kind of older guy, probably like 50. He's on a bike. So he's like older. Yeah. So he's, older, and he's decked out in, I'm just painting a picture.
Yeah.
He's like decked out in like cyclist gear. He's like a real big cycler. Okay.
Okay.
But he's older. He's old school, right?
Yeah.
I can tell. He's got a mustache. He's got that look. And we're on the train, and a group of maybe 3 or 4 like young like Latino boys, maybe ages 18 to 22 or something like that.
Yeah.
They get on the train. They're pretty rowdy. They're loud. They're boys hanging out.
Boys
Being boys. Start really letting that word being real loose, dude. Loosey goosey, dude. And so I have a perfect vantage point of the man and the boys. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So what's the show? Because this is pretty wild. I didn't realize that this was the situation.
This is the situation. So I'm just kind of like, how does this work out? This man, he's facing the other way, but he's looking back like this. Like he is like not happy on a meter of like pissed off to the point where when you get to the end, you say something to these boys.
So he's at about a 9.
He's like really getting there.
He's getting there.
So then I can tell.
I live for these moments. Dude. I'm so excited. It was
incredible. So and then immediately when I saw the look on his face, I had my answer. I'm like, "Ooh, buddy, you better not throw that word." And then I can tell one of the boys kind of notices. He might have been like the older one, kind of like the guy that keeps him in check. Yeah,
the elder.
He's maybe like 22, and he's just kind of, I can tell he's like, maybe keep it down. Let's keep that down. Loud with the racial slurs.
Yeah, guys, I'm half Mexican. So
yeah.
Can't do this.
You're Dominican, so you can kind of let it slide, but I'm very uncomfortable. And he's looking behind him.
You're from Ventura, so
yeah. Dude, so he's like looking behind him, and the one's like uncomfortable,
glaring.
But one's like really just like not giving two shoes about who's around, and I can tell, and the one kept saying it, and eventually I'm getting off the train. My stop.
Oh no.
My stop is there, but I'm like, ooh, I kind of want to stick around to see how this ends, because he was just so dangerously close to just being like laying.
Was he doing one of these? Was he doing like the?
Oh, it wasn't.
Was he doing them?
He wasn't, but he might as well have been. Do you know what I mean?
He's one of those silent like praying types where it's just like.
It was kind of like, I gotta say something.
Yeah.
Like it's not, because I feel like we all have those things in life where it's our thing. It's like, okay, I have to make myself known about this thing. And it was clear to him, I'm like, he's the type of guy, I think he probably would have made it like an educational moment, but it would have been real. He would have embarrassed the shit out of these kids.
Yeah, but it's also, awesome. It's unfortunate because they're, like teenagers in like 2019. So, they'd probably, if he had said something, they would like, beat him up or stab him or, throw him out of the trade or something like that. That's unfortunate,
It was a crowded train. And
yeah, you think they could have gotten away with it?
Oh, the dude?
No, well, I guess both ways.
That
I guess
dude
the
would have
dude could have kicked.
Himself.
You think he would have like kicked their ass? You think he would have fought him?
I think enough people on the train would have backed the man up, just because he had more social, like higher status, because he's older and like more taking care of himself than these like hood rat kids. So people would have said, "Oh, defend him because he's being bullied by these children."
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. Dude, it's a weird dynamic, dude, because when I worked at the mall, I worked across from Foot Locker, and like there was like 3 Foot Locker employees who were like white trash. They're Travises, dude, straight up. 3 Travises working at this Foot Locker. And there were also a couple like black dudes and black ladies who were working there. And these white dudes would kind of let it fly every now and then in front of them, and they would all like, no one would say anything. I'd be like, what? Like, I don't know, man. Like, he kind of... Pretty sure that guy's written "The South will rise again" on a bathroom stall. Right. Like, well, I don't know. To each their own, though. I guess if you're cool with it, it's not our right to say. But this guy was not. And
he was not. But, dude, here's the thing I think about. It's got to be, for us, there's really nothing like you can say to us that's like a historically derogatory term to make us feel lesser than.
Yeah.
So it's tough, but it's... Also, there's like the burden of having to feel like you have to wage a war every time someone says something.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, hey, my number one life motto is don't get involved. So
unless it's like violent,
no, even then I'm out. Yeah, I'll probably bail. I'll call the cops. I'm not an asshole.
If that would have ended violently, I would have got involved.
Oh, really?
For sure.
Yeah, okay, let me explain. I'm not a psychopath. If I see, like, a person about to die...
Too. Yeah, you would have said...
But, I mean, hey...
Like, all right, I'm getting in
But
here.
9 out of 10 times, I wouldn't have been there to see it get that far. I bounced pretty early.
If it seems like both parties are kind of looking for a fight, then I'm like... Y'all have a good night with your fight. I'm going to leave.
I'm out. I don't want to be around this. I'm not trying to get arrested. I don't fuck with that. Yeah. No, that's a weird dynamic, though, dude, to see those little kids saying that, you know.
But it was funny, the one that was kind of the voice of reason in the group just sweat, dude.
Oh, he was really, because he knew. Like, he was the only one who had noticed.
Because he was in a position where he was kind of just in front of me. So
yeah,
he knew he was doing a bad thing. So,
dude, I've kind of been in a similar situation before, not with like the N-word.
Sure.
Like, I was, when I was like, you know, I'd say 16 to, 19. You know, we would just hang out. Me and my buddies would hang out at this White Castle in like my little town that we lived in. You know, because it was the only place that was like open super late. Yeah. You know, and we couldn't drink.
Right.
So what do you want to do if you want to hang out and you're all living at your parents' house? You know, we go to fucking White Castle and hang out. So we're in this White Castle one time, and I'm with my buddy, and he's like telling the story, and he's really going off, and he's saying fuck. He's like fuck. You know, as you do when you're 16 because you're cool as fuck. Mm-hmm. You know. He was like kind of going off, and we're all just bullshit. There's nobody in this White Castle.
You're inside the restaurant?
Yeah, well, we're eating in at the White Castle. And then this like dad walks in with his like daughter who had just been in like a Christmas pageant, clearly.
Yeah.
It's like 11:45 on like a Tuesday.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is odd, right? So I'm not really saying anything, but my buddy just keeps going off. He's like, fuck this, fuck that, fuck. And time goes by, you don't really notice it. And then out of nowhere, they're now sitting behind us at like a table behind us. He's talking, and my back's turned to this guy, and all I hear over the back of my shoulder is like, "Hey!" And then it felt like immediately silent. You know, like the way that like youth baseball coach who beats his kid can make a room silent.
Yeah,
it was like that.
Yeah,
and he's like, "Hey, watch the language. I got my daughter here," and I was like. And then we're all in shock, you know?
Yeah.
You when a old white dad like, rattles you like that, it's hard to get back up off the ground, you know? So I'm sitting there, and it's just kind of silent. My buddy looks at me, and he's like, Zach, I think he's talking to you. I was like, what? And I turned, and then I just see him, and he's like, really mean. He's like, watch your language. I'm like, okay.
Wait, you weren't the potty mouth, though.
I know, but I took the blame for it. I was the reasonable one. I was the kid in the group. I was like, hey, guys, I noticed that they came in. Yeah. Maybe, and then I got lit up for it,
Yeah, that's interesting. Who's in the wrong there? Who's right? Or whose territory is being infringed?
Don't bring your fucking kid to a White Castle at midnight on a Tuesday, you dipshit. Like, who does that? White Castle's unsafe to go in during the day, dude. Why are you going to bring it? Don't feed your kid White Castle. I mean, there's so many layers to this onion. Like, dad was a shitty dad on multiple fronts.
I think what he should have done is left with his child. It was irresponsible of him.
Yeah.
Because you're in the restaurant.
There's so many people who are like, these guys are pieces of shit.
This is how I feel, though.
Watch your unboxing video next, you fucking sheep.
Yeah.
Get out.
Move on. We don't need you sex workers all watching together. If you don't get that joke, listen to the last one. Yeah, why are you skipping episodes?
Don't skip. But I don't know. Like, listen, you shouldn't be lighting up a swear storm out in public. But at the same time, it's like these people who bring their like kids to like a brewery or something. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Why, dude? Like, what? This is a bar. And then you're like, okay, guys, every place has to be kid friendly now. Yeah, dude, fuck kids, man. I fucking hate kids.
All right, here's what you know why you hate kids?
Yeah.
It's because alcohol has now, it used to be seedy. I liked it seedy.
I liked it seedy too. And now it's not.
Like family friendly. Like people are having their kids or holding pints of
this is why we
session ales, dude.
Heroin, dude. It's never going to be not seedy.
That's what I'm, dude. So it's like, okay, the brand of beer, like craft beer is like entirely fine. Everyone loves it. People bring their kids to breweries.
Yeah.
Little boys are sipping on session IPAs. It's just the way it is. So that's the problem. Is it's now like we need to make sure that alcohol is like a vice again.
Yeah,
not like a fun thing to do.
Yeah, I agree. And here's the thing, dude. You used to go to a bar in the day, and it was the saddest thing you've ever seen in your whole life. That's how I want it to be. Me too. Yeah. And then now you go, and there's like kids running around. They're like playing Connect 4 at the table. They're like, I got a tasting flight. Like, fuck, get out of here.
Yeah.
We're all trying to be sad over here and, push the limit on if we can drive or not. Like, why are you... What are you doing here? Get your fucking kid out of here, man. I hate it. I can't stand it, dude. I really can't stand it.
I think it's like... all right, hang with me here.
Yeah, I'm on board.
Okay, I think people enjoy a little, like, melancholy, a little, like, over-dramatized.
Yeah. It's like watching a sad movie.
Yeah.
Because it's okay if you know what you're getting into, and you can just kind of, like, walk through it instead of, like...
Right. You can enjoy it.
Yeah, going to the bar used to be like, dude, I'm just trying to get fucked up,
A bar is the bright eyes of locations.
Yeah.
You guys like music?
Yeah. You should get that sick Conor Oberst shit? We talked about this the other day. How many, teen funerals is Conor Oberst responsible for?
Yeah. Seriously. Dude, that's a
suicide soundtrack right there, man. Like, everybody was getting all sad listening to Bright Eyes, and he's just like, playing an acoustic guitar over some weird chick, like, screaming in the background. Get out of here, dude.
Dude, I actually remember an article because I used to listen to Blink. I still listen to Blink 182, but when I was a kid, I listened to Blink 182, and my mom got really concerned because there was an article in the paper.
Yeah,
a boy in town had committed suicide listening to Adam's song.
Yeah, it's a sad song, dude. It's about suicide,
right?
Whatever, though. I mean, how many kids killed themselves listening to Nirvana?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you got to be like, well, I guess my kid's a pussy. Damn,
You going full Dave Chappelle, dude? Who do you think you are, dude?
No, dude, I'm just joking. But
we're having a good time.
No, you can't blame Nirvana for
I think Conor Oberst is more to blame.
Oh, for sure,
than
dude. For sure.
Grand Theft Auto 3.
Yeah, at least Kurt Cobain went through with it. You can't really be mad at him if he.
Yeah. He's bummed out.
Inspired others. He was sad, But Conor Oberst, he's out there. He's just like, I'm sad. And he's got like some $1 million mansion at Los Feliz, probably. Just chilling there like, oh, why can't I get it together?
Mm-hmm.
Going to every concert being like, how old are you? 6? No, don't care. Pop on in here. Yeah, he got hit. Are we afraid about that? He got hit. Yeah, he's not a good guy.
Yeah. But did it work? Was it true though? Wasn't a false alarm?
No, I think he's torn again.
Okay. I don't know. I'll look up some articles. I'll do my research, and then I'll form my opinion about Conor Oberst.
Yeah.
So,
dude, I got a topic for you.
All right.
Hold on.
How can you think that's okay?
Okay. Dude. I've realized this lately. I am tired of being the fucking problem solver in like random life situations. You know what I mean? Like you ever encounter something in public, like a bad situation, like what we were just describing, beating someone up or something like that. Do you ever feel like this pressure to be like the fixer? Like you'll be like, oh, now I gotta like do something to like stop this. Like give me the example. I'll give you an example. I'm coming home the other day. I'm like in a rush. I was at a show and I realized I left my wallet at home. So I like signed up for this like open mic. Wasn't far from home. I was on Sunset Boulevard. So I popped right back down to my house. And then when I pulled back, it was literally, I was like, I'm going to grab my wallet and drive right back. Like I don't have time to fuck around. I come back and one of my neighbors is about, I don't know, probably 80. And she's driving this car and I never see her drive. And I'm like, what? Like, already this is weird, but I'm not getting involved, So I'm like, I'm seeing her. She's trying to pull into her carport. And, like, you know how carports are here or elsewhere. When it's, like, under an apartment, there's, like, poles, right? So it's, like, it's a narrow thing.
Right.
Anyway, I see her, turning her car into going this way. And it could not have been further off. Like, she was going to crush her car into the side of a building, like destroy her car. And I was just like, and then I look at her and it's sunny out and she's got like a hands over her head. She's like, can't even like squint. She's like, and I'm like, and I'm just standing there like, oh fuck, dude. Like I can't and I have to walk right past her to get my wallet. I'm like, why is this on me? Like, why? I literally wanted to like scream to the heavens when I was like, why me? Like, why? So I'm like, and then I see her. I'm like, I'm gonna give her a second. Maybe she'll fix it out. So she backs up. And you ever see someone who's like trying to park and they're past the point of no return and like they're not gonna figure it out? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like they need intervention.
They need someone to be like, it's not gonna happen
right.
today. You know, that. And so she's like going in, out, and out, and then I see her, and it's just like eventually I see her like get to the point where she's so angled towards the wall that if she even tried to pull in, the hood of her car would go into the corner of a building.
Right.
It starts smashing it and probably knock down the whole building.
Right.
And I just see it, and I'm like, can't do it. So I literally ran past her, grabbed my wallet, and I drove away, dude.
Whoa.
And I felt real guilt about it since it happened. Because here's the thing, man. What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to...
How long would it have taken you to help?
Hours.
Yeah.
Hours. Unrelated, this lady, if you even pass her and say one word, she will talk to you for 30 minutes.
Oh, you know her.
Yeah, she's my neighbor. I said that.
Yeah, but I don't really know my neighbor.
I know my neighbors. You gotta know who's around you, dude, when that fucking happens. When you get the call or see the news, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, I'm like, I just can't. It was literally
she saw the diss. I think that's a big part of the story.
I don't know if she saw me, dude.
She's blinded by the
blind.
sun.
She can barely see during the day anyway. Like, and I was just like, why? Like, what? Hypothetically, if I wanted to step in, what would I do? Okay, back. Okay, stop.
Right.
Turn. Back. Okay.
Here's what you could have done. I'd
have been like, get the fuck out. I'm gonna park this for you.
That's what I was gonna say. The move you could have done. You could have said, had her roll down. What's her name?
Naomi.
You're like, all right, Naomi. I will take the keys and I will park your car for you. Are you okay with that? If she says no, I'd rather do it myself. But all right. Good luck, Naomi.
See ya.
This is now your responsibility. I gave you the out.
I gave you an out.
Right. I cannot assume your burden, but I'm going to help you out and give you an option.
But I guess at the same time, I'm like, how shitty would that be if you're like an old person, some like 7-year-old kid's like, get out, grandma. I can do this. I'm comfortable behind the wheel. Like,
totally fine.
You think so?
You can't. Okay, this is life though. If you get out of the car, ultimately, Naomi, she shouldn't have been driving. She fucked up.
Yeah.
At some point, you get too old to drive, right? You just do.
Do you think she knows that, though?
She learned.
I don't think she did, dude. I think she pulled it. I mean...
Well, if she didn't learn, then
she's gone. She's left since then. She's come and gone. But I've never seen her... I don't see her drive often. And I was like... This is horrendous, honestly. Like, it was so bad watching it that, like, it was giving me an anxiety attack, like, watching it. And I kind of, like, got to a place mentally where I was like, I can't be around this situation any longer.
Yeah.
Which is such a selfish, shitty thing to do, think,
Wait, you
and
mean
say.
living next to them?
No, like, just her parking and being like, I'm not getting involved. Like,
well, I mean, I think this is a common struggle that people face is, am I not doing enough for other people? Am I an asshole?
You think that's it?
Well, I think the way I see it is, it's not your job to like take someone's burden because you'll end up resenting them. Yeah. Because you'll be like, if you're always parking her car for her, you're going to end up resenting her because it's like, this isn't my responsibility. So I think you're in the right.
Yeah. That's funny you say that because like, yeah, I guess at the end of the day, sometimes you're like, I guess I'm a people pleaser. That's funny saying that because I was the guy who was just like, hey, did your kid kill himself? Right. Sorry. Like, no, that's not actually how I feel. We're joking. But
yeah, no, I know what you mean. It's if it's a person,
yeah,
you're a person pleaser.
You're a person pleaser, yeah.
General people, no.
Yeah, that there you go. No, that makes sense. Yeah, no, I just didn't. And then I was like, dude, what if she crashes in the building and falls down, and then like I have to be like, yeah, I saw that. I could have seen that coming. Like.
I don't want to go down this road because it's dark, dude.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying she died or anything, but like if she fucked her whole car up, she's like, I fucked up parking. I'd be like, yeah, I knew you might.
Well, here's the thing.
I had to go to this shitty open mic and do 3 minutes to people who hate me.
But that's your life.
That is my life.
You don't have to be everyone's messiah. You know.
Yes, I do.
There you go.
I have to be personal Jesus, dude. I'll be the street magician. That's who I'll be. I'll be that guy. I don't care.
Well, as long as you want to be the savior,
yeah,
that's going to be the case. You know what I mean? You're going to have people, because once you are the savior for someone, it's like, oh, he's my savior all the time.
Yeah, this
You're
guy.
partying ladies' car all the time.
Yeah, that's a good point, dude. Because people will be like, "Hey, you did this. Hey, can you do this?" Give people an inch, man. They'll take 7 kilometers. I swear to God, every time. And then like, yeah. So now I haven't really seen her since then. So now you just have that awkward like rest of your life thing. Like, hey, do you know I'm a piece of shit? Or like, what do you?
Well,
have you figured it out yet, lady?
I've kind of had that struggle before too, because of my neighbor. Same way. She's kind of older, and she everywhere she goes, she carries around a rolly suitcase. Everywhere.
Oh, really?
Like a small rolly suitcase. Every time. Up and down every time. She lives upstairs. We are all on the bottom. She lives upstairs. So she lugs it up the stairs.
Oh, yeah. And then you have to be like, should I do it? Should I help?
And in my head, I know if I do help, every time I'm home, that's my job.
Yeah, now you have an obligation to do it because you did it. So then because you did it the one time, every time she sees you after, she'd be like, well, I know he's capable of doing it.
Right.
And I know he knows that it's kind of like a good, nice thing to do.
So don't say, and then people get into this because they're like, oh, I did a nice thing. I carried up. And then they'll say, and she's like, oh, well, thank you. And she's like, oh, anytime. They'll say that.
And the second time, you're like, Jesus, lady, God, with this suitcase. Every time it's got to be me carrying it up the steps for you.
So when I do favors for people, and I do this now, when they say, oh, thank you, I say, you're welcome. I don't say, oh, anytime, it's no big deal. I'm like, you're welcome.
Hey, just a reminder, this was a nice thing I did.
Yeah. No, it is. It's a reminder. It's like, yeah, you're welcome.
Your gratitude is appreciated.
It's that. But if you try to like downplay the favor, then they're going to be like, oh, you're the new. Yeah,
you should carry my little suitcase around. Right. Be like, I'll carry your suitcase anywhere, but I got to open it up and see what's in it.
Well, that's okay.
What if it's like drugs? It's like a bunch of bricks of cocaine.
I think she's Jehovah's Witness, so probably.
Yeah, that's a solid cover for sure.
But I think she got like pamphlets and stuff and like hands them out.
Yeah, I think that's what she does. They're called menus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But no, I mean, I know that struggle.
That's a fair point. I don't know what you're going to do.
You're a good guy, man.
You know, you try, and then when your elderly neighbor crashes their car into the side of a fortified building, you have to be like, listen, can't solve all the world's problems.
Well, let me ask you, man. Would you have helped out if you were coming home and you weren't going to a mic? If you're this conflicted now, I think you would.
I think now I would, but at the same time, like in the moment, I would have this feeling of like, oh, I don't want to impose and imply that like I know how to do it, or that like because you don't want to be the person who tells someone they're too old. Yes. If they, you know what I mean? Right. I need people to, if anyone asks me for help, of course I would say yes. But like, if you don't ask, sometimes I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to be like the guy who's like, hey, old lady. Hey, old lady, move your fucking car.
Yeah. Yeah. That's, you know what? That's a good point. If someone asks me, then I will. But there was one time with that lady, she was taking out her garbage. Okay.
Yeah.
So, oh, this is so funny. And now I'm remembering, she's taking out her garbage and she's about to miss it. She's about to miss the truck. So I'm like, all right, Miss Lee, I'll grab it. And I just grabbed it and I took it out, right? And then this was funny because I went back in and I'm expecting like a thank you. All right.
As one would.
She's like, I don't even know if she said thank you. She's like, oh, thanks. And I'm like, yeah, you're welcome. I was like, you're welcome. And then I'm like, that was it almost felt like she was kind of like, hey, I was doing something. I was like doing, and then I realized, oh, you know what she wanted? I think she felt like I didn't complete the favor. Because I think what she wanted me to do is she wanted me to take it out, wait for the truck to come and empty it, they bring it back, then take it back to her. And I was like, that's what she wanted me to do.
Oh, my God. How much do these people want?
Right.
Like, old people feel entitled to everything, dude. They really do. I'm so tired of it.
It felt that way to me because she was just like, oh. And I'm like, okay. And then I realized, because that's the thing. I think older people, I don't know if this is right or wrong, but older people, a lot of people offer to do stuff for them.
Yeah.
You know?
But who are these people? Who are these youth ministry dorks out there like helping everyone?
Everyone's a fucking white knight, dude. Everybody's out trying to get laid by good
I don't
deeds,
think
dude.
no, but these are like elderly people. That has nothing to do with like the climate of the, country. It's more of just like I don't know, man. Old people are just like, you want to help them, but sometimes I don't want anyone to feel like they're owed anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's when you begin to resent people.
And you're right. It's like, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna take out this lady's trash like every time that she's?
That's it. Because then it's like, now I'm the trash man. So I made it a point. I got it. I'm gonna do this now, and then I will have done that. That will be a thing I have done.
And then I did more than nothing.
Yeah.
Dude, one time I was walking home with my girlfriend from like a brewery, and we were walking past it. Here's an interesting plot twist. It was the middle of the day. We went to this brewery, had some beers, some day beers on a Saturday or Sunday, whatever. Walking back to her apartment, and there's like a car parked outside of like the front of a church, and there's like a really old couple who should not be driving, and they're clearly struggling to like pick the guy's like walker and put it into like the car.
Yeah.
So I got involved. I was like, "Hey, you guys need help?" And they were like, "Oh, what?" And I'm like, "Here, let me get that for you." Yeah. Because like I know that shit. I know how those walkers work. I helped my grandpa a bunch. He's got one of those. I know how to fold it. I was like, pop, pop, boom, collapse, done. Put it in the back seat.
Man for the job.
Took 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And they sat down, and I was like, "Have a good day, you guys." And they just did one of these like old people like. I then closed the door, and I was like, whoa, you're people of God, okay? Help thy neighbor, not even a thank you, dude. Here's the thing. I'm a bitch, dude. If I hold the door for someone and they don't say thank you, I'll 100% of the time, full volume next to them, be like, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Every time. Because you can't run from that shit. You know that shit.
You gotta feel like
your life's not more important than mine. Your time's not more valuable than mine. I held that door at that Chick-fil-A for you.
Well, you know what the door to the Chick-fil-A is?
Yeah.
You holding the door, it's like a recognition. Hang with me here. I really believe this.
I'm with you.
It's like a recognition of another person's humanity. You look at you say, oh, you're another person behind me. I'm going to hold the door so you don't have to open it.
I'm not going to let it slam in your face.
Right. And then you look at him and you're like, oh, you're a guy that doesn't want a door slammed in his face. And then that person looks at you and said, hey, I see you taking care of me, recognizing me as a person, and thanks.
Yeah.
And then it's a cool moment. But if you just walk in, it's just like, it takes the humanity out of it. You could have been a doorstop, you know?
I was just the other day. I was at the Outback Steakhouse in Burbank, dude.
Okay.
I was there chilling with my bud.
Okay.
We're eating. You had nice steak, dude.
Yeah,
they really did a good job there at this Outback, dude.
Yeah.
I'm tired of these like new age, like cool kid, like we're the hip steak. No, dude. You're not Outback. You don't have a Bloomin' Onion. I got a Foster's. I had a great time.
And it probably wasn't too expensive.
It was $25.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm at this Outback having the time of my fucking life, and I'm walking out, and I'm holding the door because I see some people behind me. It's busy. There's pretty much always okay. So there's people who don't even check to see if anyone's behind them. They just like plow through the door, just like whoop. You know?
Yeah.
And then sometimes you get the thing where you're like, oh, you're 6 kilometers away. I don't know if that's enough.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, you know.
You forgive them. Like, whatever.
Like, whatever. Sorry. I think the rule is if you make eye contact with someone, you got to stick around.
Right.
This time, so I open the door, and I let out 3 chicks who are all on their phones, like younger chicks. All 3 of them walk right past me, don't even look up or say anything. They're like, whoop, whoop, whoop. And then, like, the guy who was with him, I guess it was, like, the dad maybe, or I don't know. He was like, thanks, man. I was like, no problem, man.
Did he recognize, like,
he knew.
He
was like,
thank you, and I'm sorry on behalf of these people I'm with.
I don't think anything makes me more angry than that, dude. Than, like, holding the door for someone, and they're just on their phone, and they just literally walk past you. Because it's literally, you're absolutely right. It's a sign. I'm like, oh, you don't have any humanity left. Yeah. It's all gone. You're a thing, and you're addicted to a thing, and all you do is look at other things. Like,
yeah.
Well, you're nothing at this point. You're not even a person. You're just a thing.
Yeah, I think as a human being, what makes you a human being is to feel other human beings' pain and
and understand and be like, hey, I don't want this person to get it. You know, next time, here's the thing though, is you can't really take the risk because like next time I look and I see like a teenage girl like on her phone, I'm gonna like hold it until the last second and then just like let go, walk away.
Oh,
knock the phone out of their hand. It cracks on the ground. It's probably already cracked to be honest. But then like that would be my dream is to do that and then be like, what the fuck? And I was like, oh sorry, didn't see you there.
It feels good when I hear you say
sorry.
it.
I don't care about you or your life or anything that's on your phone. I don't care about you texting Braden. I don't care about your shitty dad. I don't care about, your Disney Plus account, whatever you're watching on there. I don't know, dude. I don't care.
Right.
But it's like too much not to care, dude. That's the torture of life is you have to care.
Well, because it's a big diss because I don't. There's something about that just feeling insignificant.
Yeah,
is such a bummer,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, I would love it though to just let the door fly and just let it knock someone's
acknowledge
iPhone
me
XR
now
out of their hand.
Yeah.
Ooh, sorry, you weren't looking around at your surroundings. I could have stopped you from getting hit by a truck in this Outback parking lot. There's trucks everywhere.
I heard there's probably some like dumb article or something, but I heard this story of a man that, like saved a woman from drowning, and now she's like suing him for molestation for touching her.
That's so fucked up. But also, what would be just as crazy is if like the dude was like, got caught. Yeah, that was my game. Yeah, she had some big old titties, and what am I gonna do? I don't know. Come on. He's in a courthouse. He's like on the bench. He's like, oh, come on. Come on.
I saved her life. We'll call it even.
Call it even. She's like, no, I want you to go to jail. He's like, you bitch. Yeah, I hate you. I should have let you drown.
That's the funny thing because he wants to be good and he wants to help, so he goes out to help, but he can't keep himself from molesting someone if he gets that close to him. He's like, well, I knew what I was gonna do. I keep myself out of that situation, but in that situation, I was stuck between a rock and a hard place.
I was stuck between the ocean and a titty. All right. What do you want me to do, Judge? I'm sorry. I have a family. Please.
I feel like if I was the judge, I'd be like, if I was the judge, I'd be like, you know what? This one slides.
This is even.
You're free to go.
Yeah. Is that real though? She's suing him. Let's assume that it's the other way.
Let's live in a
fantasy world where this. Oh wait,
where articles are true.
World. Yeah. Let's live in a fantasy world where all these BuzzFeed fucking gotcha pieces are empowering people's brains, but. No, she's saying see, this is what I'm saying. You can't even stop people from drowning anymore. Like, let alone park their car. Like, what the fuck? You see an article like that, I'm like, drown, bitch. I'm sorry. I can't get involved. Like,
dude, you know what's funny? You know what? A big thing. I remember my parents saying this to me all the time. They said this to me all the time, and it's funny that I remember it because they repeated it so much. Anytime I would try to do something nice for someone and it would backfire, my parents were constantly saying to me, no good deed goes unpunished.
What does that mean?
My whole childhood. I swear. My parents must have said that 200 times to me. No good, they say no good deed goes unpunished.
What does that mean,
basically, the way I interpret it is like, don't do nice things for people because you'll suffer. I swear.
Aren't they Christians?
They are. They are. But, dude, my parents repeated that all the time.
No good deed goes unpunished.
No good deed goes unpunished. It means don't do good stuff. I think if my parents were to be here to argue their point, they would say, but as a Christian, you should do it anyway. That's what they would say. But a lot of times it just came out like, hey, stop doing nice stuff.
Yeah, but aren't you supposed to do the nice thing? What happened? When did this get all flipped upside down?
Well, no, this is my childhood specific.
Yeah, you should. You know what you should have done? This guy out in the ocean should have just let this lady drown. Literally, it was like right next to her, let her drown. He walks on shore. All the people were like, "How could you do? What are you doing? She was drowning." And he's like, "No good deed goes unpunished." And then he just walks away. And then they'd be like, Do I call the cops? Is this murder? I don't. What?
I think that is a crime too.
I think it is a crime. It's negligent homicide. If I was gonna argue this in a court of law, which I could, but like,
yeah, I'd rule it down to a manslaughter.
You would, as a judge, you would pop it down to manslaughter.
Oh yeah, we've gotten in this discussion that we don't agree with manslaughter and second degree murder, the distinguishing.
I don't really know. I don't know if it's like I don't agree. I just don't really know. I'm pretty sure like first degree murder is like as the knife is going through the heart. Through like, I know what this is and I'm fully aware of what I'm doing. I hate you.
No, when I think of first degree murder, I remember my mom explaining it to me. No, she like premeditated murder. What I always imagined is if you made a map and you made blueprints, premeditated murder.
If you Google mapped their address, that's all. He's like, you typed it in, didn't you? You didn't just stumble upon the.
Before Google Maps, I just imagined my mom the way
schematics.
You know
like, okay, the boiler's here, and we can pop in through this vent. Yeah, that is. It's a heist. It's not murder. You're a heist. That's what. Like Charles Manson shit, dude.
That's what I remembered. So in my head, my mom explained if you like plot it and you plan it out, and I just imagined someone like making kind of like on like a light board, like drawing maps and figuring it out. So I was like, if they've got a map, if they've made a homemade map,
yeah, this is and then you gotta wonder, I think this person, should have died, right? Like, what did they do that caused these people to be going through this much effort to,
Well, that's the thing about premeditated murder is people have time to think, right? People have time to come to their senses. They're like, nah, still gonna kill him.
Yeah, there's a guy with a wire on his chest. He's like, I know what I'm doing. This is 100% in my head. I know the difference between right and wrong, and I'm still gonna do it. Because I hate her for taking away the kids.
Yeah, that's it. It's like, it's this confidence of, it takes, I think, it also takes a degree of like, oh man, you ready for darkness?
Yeah, of course.
If you commit first degree murder, it's also a mentality where you're fully prepared to die.
Yeah,
whether by cop suicide,
you're ready for a cop to put a bullet through your chest.
Yeah,
and then
you're fully aware that that's how this could, like, 50-50 ends.
Yeah, I definitely think. But then you also have the case of like serial killers who are such like narcissists that they're like, oh, I'm never gonna get caught for this. I'm gonna plan this all out and make it happen, and I'm still not gonna go to jail for it.
Right.
And then there's the people who are just like, I just want to see blood. And then those people, they ended up getting the cops show up and pull a shotgun out of the trunk and blast their ass on like the porch,
They get one murder because they're sloppy. You know what I mean? They're just kind of excited.
Yeah, they're not even trying. Yeah. Like, they're not even, thinking about it. They're not putting any. They're like, yeah, I found their house and I found these schematics. Where? I don't know. Like, what fantasy world is this where people are like, I got the map to their house? Where's that? The library? Yeah. Like, did you call the auditor's office? And you're like, hey, I need the schematics to 447 Area Avenue, apartment 3. They're like, wait, why that? Not the whole place? They're like, nope, just apartment 3.
Yeah. Also, yeah.
Here you go.
Hey, man, that's interesting. You know what, though? I'm going to get bummed out if I even think about someone, like, plotting a murder or, like, because that even put me in a headspace where I'm now thinking about someone, getting the layout of apartment and doing that.
Yeah.
Dude.
One time I watched an episode of Cops, and it was, like, an undercover episode special. It was just, like, all undercover bus, and there was this chick in, like, Miami who undercover cops were acting as like hitmen, and then she hired them to kill her husband like while he was like out one, like he dropped her off to like go to like yoga or something like that. Yeah. And they like, she hired who she thought was a hitman, but was actually a cop. She hired them to like go jump in his car and shoot him.
Yeah.
Like and then so like you see all the footage of them like having the meeting, and she's talking about it. She's like, just do it. I don't want to. She's like crying. She's like, I need it to be done. I need it to be done. And they weren't even like, why. She was just like, she's like, he's an asshole. Like, she had nothing specific.
Really?
And yeah. And then it comes time where like so then before she dropped him off, or he dropped her off at yoga, the cops went to the guy. They're like, hey, remain calm. your girlfriend is trying to get you murdered, okay? And he was like, what the fuck? I love her. And they're like, she is an idiot, okay? You don't love her. You guys just fuck, and then you're going to die one day. But, like, you don't like each other. It's fine. Because they're like the super plastic, like, Miami bodybuilder couple where you're just like, you know there's nothing there, you know?
Oh, wow.
And then, so it was clearly like for a money type thing.
Yeah, and that's a tell that he's dropping her off at yoga.
Yeah.
Like, abusive husbands aren't like, let me take you to yoga.
Yeah.
Maybe they are, but
okay, let me give you a ride. I know traffic's bad.
Yeah.
Let me just do it for you.
He sounds like a sweetie, you know?
Yeah, he sounds like a good guy. But no, so they intercepted him and they were like, all right, so you're still going to drop her off at yoga. When you drop her off, we're going to be there. And then they go and do it, and then she starts crying, and then she's like, why are they arresting me? And the guy's like, you stupid bitch, I hate you. Like,
oh, good.
And I was like, damn, man, this guy really had to keep his composure to, like, hold that. If you found out that your girlfriend's trying to get you murdered, how long could you keep that information inside to be like, I'm going to make sure this chick goes to jail?
Wait, so the guy...
The cops tipped the boyfriend off. They were like, hey, she's trying to kill you. We're here to protect you. She's not. We need you to drop her off somewhere that we can like catch this in the act. Like, because at that point, just threatening is like one thing, but they're like, if she's gonna go through with it, then you gotta give him
so he knew way before.
They're giving her rope. He knew
rope. Right. Okay. So he knew way before.
He knew way before. So then he dropped
sting,
her off, and then the sting happened,
yeah,
and then she's like crying. She's like, "I love you. I don't know what's happening." He's like, "I fucking hate you!" Like screaming at her.
Awesome.
And then they put her in jail, dude. She did like 15 to 20, I think, dude. Something crazy.
You know what's interesting about that?
Yeah.
I have the exact story, not my story, but a pretty notable story. Have you heard of the band As I Lay Dying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing, but so...
Well, explain for people who don't know.
So he kind of grew estranged from his wife and child, Tim Lambesis, while he was touring with this heavy metal band. So kind of grew apart. Then he kind of started pursuing another woman. Anyway, grows apart, mentally ill from steroids and, probably things to do with, being away from family mental illness. All right. So he hires a hitman who he thinks is a hitman. I don't know how this shit happens, but hires it. And then, he gets arrested. Only does a year or like 2 years in jail.
Yeah. It
and
wasn't
he's
much.
Wild, dude.
Why? Because
And
he has money.
How does he have money?
He's in a band. Like, you can...
Dude, that band...
If you got a good enough lawyer, dude, they can get you down to, like, no time.
Well, here's the thing. It was
That's
interesting.
what I'm saying.
I remember reading an article about the band and how it crushed the band, and it ended up working for Tim Lambesis, the vocalist who hired the hitman. It ended up working out for him because he ended up like getting a book deal.
Oh my god!
And a lot of like notoriety around it in some sort of way he could monetize it versus the band who now had to, due to like legal reasons, could not be As I Lay Dying anymore to start a new brand as a band. So, but
that's
interesting.
Insane.
And then 2.5 years later, he's released.
He's like, I'm back, y'all. Let's make an album. And they're like, well, I don't know, man. It's kind of weird. He's like, no, I got so much good material. Dude, I was going to pay to have someone kill my wife and kid. That's the most metal thing anyone could ever do.
Well, dude, What's
that guy's next album like? Probably hard to listen to, if I do imagine.
To address what you just said, they let him back in the band. In the band. There's like
so
a
much
30-minute YouTube video. I won't go on about it, but... there's a 30-minute YouTube video with the band explaining, the decision to let them back in, and then
I would love to watch.
They did a new song. I don't know if the new album's out, but the new song is good. It's a fun song to listen to.
I would love to see the back pedal of this whole band. I have to watch. I'm gonna watch this video tonight.
Cool.
Is it on their YouTube page or something?
There's just all of them sitting around a kitchen table talking.
It's just about
telling the story.
Hey, so listen. We know that Scott hired a Russian war criminal to slit his wife's throat. But here's the thing. We know him as a good guy. And, his kid was shitty. And he was always a little white trash kid wearing a hockey jersey all the time. Nobody liked him, But we like this guy.
No, they don't stay. I think they kind of... watch it.
How hard do they have his back is what I'm asking.
it's not very hard. It's a very like, we'll see how this goes, and he will gain our trust.
If you're willing to tour with someone who is willing to have their wife and child murdered,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
3 years after the crime,
you're a piece of garbage.
Yeah, I think
right.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, the truth of it is, it's like, hey man, you remember that famous band that you have to be in for us to create
have
new
jobs?
music?
Hey, guess what? I can't go get a jobs at Kroger anymore because my resume says I was in the band with the guy who had his wife killed, allegedly tried.
And I have a neck tattoo.
And I have my whole face is covered in tattoos. I had no plan B. Now you had to go murder someone or. Now I gotta be
that probably
homeless?
has a lot to do with it. It's like now
definitely
he's back.
has a lot to do with it.
All right, then good news story.
Yeah,
that was good, like news story content though.
That was good. We're topical as shit out here.
You wanna do one more quick?
I was gonna say, you wanna do pop quiz or what do you want to do?
We're probably on time. We're probably
close.
Pop quiz.
What do you want? Do whatever you want. Do it quick.
I'll do it quick. I have a how do you think or how did you get this far in life?
Yeah.
Who are you? Ooh. Do you have friends? Are you supported financially by your parents? How did you get this far in life?
All right, how did you get this far in life? And this will be quick. When an elevator door opens or a train door opens, proper etiquette. What's proper etiquette?
You step away. If you're inside, you get to leave. But if you're waiting for the train, you're supposed to step away and give people the chance to get out.
Yes. Okay. How did people get this far in life, and as soon as a train door opens, they immediately get on?
Yeah. It's pretty horrendous to watch.
Also, let's forgive them for that, for maybe not knowing, okay?
Nope.
Okay. No, but my point is, it gets worse. Every time you get on the metro train, before the train stops, it says, please wait for passengers to leave the train.
That's just background noise.
And that's fucked up too.
They all got headphones in.
So this girl the other day comes, or I'm about to leave, all right? A bunch of us, a lot of people get off at the La Cienega stop. People flood out, okay?
Yeah.
So this girl is waiting. She gets on the train, and she's like, she does this like cute thing. Like people are trying to get around her. There's like a bike there and stuff, and she's like, like, oh no, people are running into me.
Yeah.
And in my head,
You want to scream.
I didn't want to scream. It's also like, why does this bother me so much? But
yeah.
she's just like, I'm just a cute little girl and I'm stuck. And she wasn't like a child. She was like 24, 25.
Yeah.
But to me, I'm like, get the fuck out of the way. It's not cute. It's not like, how'd I end up in this situation? You ended up in this situation because you don't listen and you're 25 and you don't know etiquette for entering a door.
Yeah.
What's the matter with you?
Yeah. No, but they'll never see that light because people nowadays like to feel like their life is a story. And they're like, this wasn't part of my journey. Oh, no. What happened?
Right.
And then like some fat old Armenian guy shoves them and they fall down. They're like, what the fuck?
Right.
He's like, I'm just trying to get to work. I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah. I don't have time for your cuteness. Your cute little inconvenience.
Your story sucks.
Yeah, your story. No one's gonna watch your biopic.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
pop quiz.
Yeah, pop quiz it.
Pop quiz.
Okay, you're a baseball guy.
Yeah.
Who has the home run record? Most home runs.
Most home runs
of
all time. Well, asterisk or no asterisk?
No asterisk.
Barry Bonds.
Nice.
Yeah.
Killed it, dude.
Well, I mean, that's the whole thing is that Barry Bonds has the most, but he was definitely using steroids.
Right.
Though Hank Aaron would be number 2.
Right.
And Hank Aaron was not using steroids. That was the whole issue. Is Barry Bonds was just like this skinny, whatever guy playing for Pittsburgh, and then all of a sudden he goes to Giants and he fucking
gets
looks
huge.
like a government experiment on him. He turned into a giant superhuman rat or something. Was out there fucking lighting up dingers left and right. Him and Mark McGwire.
Yeah, Mark
and
McGwire.
Sammy Sosa was in there.
Yeah.
But those 3 guys, they were really ripping it up, man.
Yeah.
That was fun times to be a baseball fan.
It was, yeah.
And then they were like, guys, everybody's on drugs.
Yeah, dude.
This is no longer a sport. This is shooting fish in a barrel, and it's hunting season right now.
What's wild to me and then we'll end. I want you to answer this question. I feel like it's such a hand-eye coordination thing, like hitting a baseball with a bat, that the muscles wouldn't be as helpful.
No. Well, okay, let's go into another thing, which is, like Sammy Sosa got caught corking his bat, which is another
that's
thing.
right.
But we're talking about Barry Bonds here. Yes, like here's the thing. Steroids don't make a bad player good. They make a good player a legend.
Because when he does hit, it's out of the park.
Correct. They have the skill to do it. They just need that little extra hump. That's why you don't see. Barry Bonds was a great player already.
Yeah.
He didn't need it, and then he did, and then now he's just like, no, I never did. And
so now it's just like, let's just make it so he connects a lot. So let's just make it so every time he connects, it's gonna go 300 feet further.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
makes
then
sense.
He's just ripping them out left and right. Having said that, I was down to watch. It was fun. It was a fun time to be a baseball fan. People aren't going to talk about that, but it was. It was awesome. Dude,
I watched then.
I had a Mark McGwire awesome bat. I had like his brand bat with like this cool little fucking indent at the bottom because he would put his pinky under it, dude. So you just hit like Mark McGwire.
Yeah.
I don't know what he does now. He probably runs like a Ford dealership somewhere. But like, take the drugs if you want to take them. Just don't expect old, white dudes to take you seriously. That's your choice to make, though. If you want to make bank and be a legend and have an awesome life, take steroids.
Yeah.
Please.
Life is sacrifice, dude.
Life is sacrifice.
Take
That's a
your
great
poison.
note to end on. If you're on the fence, take them. Get some steroids, try them.
Cool. You
See
heard
ya.
it here. Peace. Oh, man, that was awesome.